what is a TOD-P3? A TOD-P3 is a transit-oriented development, and a P3 is public-private partnership. How does it work? For it to work, it must be a hub destination for transportation in the form of buses or train or car. So we're looking for a massive influx of population destination to make the P3 work and to make the project pencil, just like Walt Disney said, project or dream without people is just merely a pipe dream. So U.S. Rail Developer Corp, our company USRD, is seeking to build high-speed rail for United States. However, we do not want to take the existing rail passenger of Amtrak away. Why? Because Amtrak is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Why would you take Amtrak out of the equation like the rest of the country trying to build high-speed rail without integrating the existing rail track that's already buying the Conquest for a $1.2 billion a year bailout, and they're very comfortable with one of the best management companies, Amtrak. So if you do not want to incorporate with Amtrak, think about taking drug out of the equation, for instance. If you take drug out of the equation, what you do with the DA, what you do with the police force, what you do with the counselor and the people who service that, you have to slowly integrate them or change the transition, is the better word I'm looking for, from one type of job into another. So to build high-speed rail in the United States, we want to collaborate with Amtrak and build them a brand new track right above the existing rail and do a post and beam that's 15 or 20 feet above existing rail and let Amtrak continue operate, and above it we're going to build a brand new high-speed rail track. And in the belly of this track, we will integrate it with water for FEMA, communication for DOD or the top four communication company, and LNG because United States, we found over 300 years of natural gas, so might as well distribute it. When we're not going to distribute it, we actually going to in negotiation with one of the Native American tribes for distribution because they have the first right of refusal. Now, for the rail to work, that service contract from these companies I mentioned have to pay for the infrastructure of the post and beam. China's in red annually because they just built a high-speed rail and doesn't have ridership to pay for it, and the cost of high-speed rail is so expensive that most Chinese cannot ride the train. To make the ridership for Amtrak high-speed rail to be cheaper, what we're looking to do, for example, is that Amtrak run from city to city. So for instance, if we were to go to Phoenix to Nevada, where Amtrak stop is actually, we're going to do is right above this stop, we're going to go up 10 million square feet of a city center to live, work, play, and stay. And all the commercial will be leased back by Amtrak, and that's what a P3 means. We're going to build that at cost, we're going to sublet to Amtrak, and then Amtrak going to sublet this to the public, just like what Silverstein did at One World Trade. And One World Trade is a perfect example of a TOD-P3. So to accomplish such tasks, we already begin implementation and identify the segment, and also identify the party and the financial institution, and not only that, we have assembled a world-renowned board of directors that have access to Congress, access to finance, access to political network, and most of all, our company is the only company that's actually leading right now to create the architectural scope to present to Amtrak and teaches Congress that this is a new way to build infrastructure for the United States to be funded by the pension fund for a non-impact on the taxpayer. And we're not asking one penny, not one penny from any taxpayer to do this type of development. And we are glad that we already been involved with the right parties and quietly under the supervision and under the board of advisor of our intellect board, we had accomplished more than anyone have done in the past 10 years in the United States high-speed rail. And within 6 months to 9 months from now, we will have different segment with Amtrak, partnership with existing rail company to educate and guide them and express to them this is the only way we can build infrastructure and create a asset and bring people back to work for United States, because then the day we don't do it, what we're going to do with the debts and what we're going to do with our kids. So I'm very excited to be involved in this and to lead the company as the chairman and CEO of U.S. Rail Developer Corp.